John McCagg with JesusChristTrust.net, and we're going to talk about voting today. Uh, First of all, the in God we trust, right? You can't use the word trust or bank in any public type of marketing slogan, anything, any advertising, any printed material, any kind of way to interact with the public. You cannot use the word bank or trust unless you're a bank or a trust. And if you're a bank or trust, you have to use the word bank or the word trust at the end of whatever slogan or words you're putting up or whatever. So can't use the word trust, so you have to use it at the end. If it's at the end of any group of words, it's a trust. That's so there's no uh, ambiguity for anyone. Those are the rules. So you know from the rules that every Secretary of State of all the 50 states that the In God We Trust is a trust. Okay, so it was supposedly there was a Declaration of Independence signed in Pennsylvania, right? Uh, so that's in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And so if you look up if you look up the words In God We Trust, you find the In God We Trust, and you also find a forward slash here, and that means DBA, meaning doing business as, meaning you're going to have two names for your business, the In God We Trust, AUSA, and that's completely legal. You have, because they operate a trust that they created themselves, you have to register it at the Secretary of State in some state in order to get credit for your trust. So you know the United States has credit. So it was easy to look up that they're a trust. Now, if you're voting, first of all, if you understand trusts, right? You know, only trustees vote on anything with a trust. So you're not a trustee. So, in other words, you could vote, but you don't. Your votes aren't counted. You see what I'm saying? Yes, you could vote. Voting is totally legal. You could vote. They just don't count your vote. Why would they count your vote? Uh, if anyone breaks the law and is caught for any kind of crime in the United States, your photo, all your information, every detail immediately goes up on the internet, right? All of it. Every single piece. It's like, oh, well, that's public information. Well, why isn't voting for your government public information? Why? You have a tracking number for every slave, right? Social security number. They track everything else. They put everything else in public. Why wouldn't they put, so you could track your vote and make sure it's real? Why wouldn't they do all this tracking that they do on like crimes and stuff? Why wouldn't they track votes the same way? It's the only way that you could find out, oh, okay, vote counting is real. But see, obviously that it's the In God We Trust. So you're not trustee, and your votes are counted. Not ever. There's no proof that any votes have ever been counted. There's no proof. So you know they never count the votes. Okay, not ever. I prove that this is a trust, right? The God We Trust, they say it's a official motto of Florida and the USA. Oh, okay. Well, that doesn't mean it's not a trust. It just means, oh, we're using our business name as our motto. Okay, well, aren't you clever? You know? And the issue comes down to who's we. You see, for sure, there's only one name of, the Messiah, the Savior, Jesus Christ. There is no other name. So we is not the name Jesus Christ. So you know that's the name of the devil. A W and an E are actually the same symbol, just turned. So is an M and an M, right? Capital E, capital W, capital M, capital and a 3. Those are all the same symbols, just spun slightly different ways. You see, so you see the numbers 33 on everything. Yeah, that is talk about the final time year in the time loop, 2033. But it's also, the name of the God of this world, the Lord of hosts, the devil. It's the name. One of the many names. See, the devil can have so many names, it's countless, right? Jesus Christ has one name. So there's no way to mess it up. Do you follow? Everywhere you go, you're just like, oh well, that's not the name Jesus Christ, so I can't be doing anything with you. Sorry, you know. And they make up this Yahweh name. They make up all these names and all these hidden things. But the technology that we have, all spiritual technology flows from the name Jesus Christ. Every knee shall bow, every tongue confess. So that's it. So we is not the name of God. Votes are never counted. They never will be counted. They never have been counted because you're not trustee of the God we trust, right? 246, 204, that's 6. What a 5, that's a 6, right? 66. So, you could go through all the numbers. This is the only one that is registered in Pennsylvania as the God We Trust /USA. It has two names. It fits the profile exactly, and I've been pointing this out for years. But you're not a trustee, and so your votes are never counting. Voting is real. Voting is real. Vote counting, fake. You see what I'm saying? See the difference? Voting is real. You could go in and push a lever, and you really voted. Only thing is, they really never count your vote. Not ever. Never, never, never. Why would they? There's no proof that they do. They've already decided the outcome for everything in the 64-year time limit. It's already decided. Everything's decided. The character name of who wins every time. Everything is pre-decided. It never changes. This time loop never changes. Why would your vote be counted? It isn't. There's no evidence to the contrary. Unless you can produce proof, which you can't, then the proof stands that votes are not counted. And here's why they're not counted. You're not a trustee of the God we trust. Very simple. Okay. Bringing you the truth, and hope you're enjoying it.